Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. So we're on DeFi Llama looking at AI agents because I think they have a lot still going on for them and we're pretty much at the bottom. I mean, we can always drop a little bit more, but looking at the chart, it's best to go in now than obviously at the top. That's true for anything. And the AI agents narrative outside of crypto, we see AI being talked about as the future. So think about this, AI agents are all the rage in Claude, ChatGPT, whatever, but long before that was on the mainstream, we were already seeing AI agents being deployed on chain. That was back here at 2024 when this bubble was at its highest point. And in order for AI agents to operate truly decentralized, they need to be deployed on chain. So I believe AI agents in crypto, it's going to be a strong narrative still. If we look here at infrastructure, I think we can find really good opportunities. So let me sort out not by TVL, but by revenue, because infrastructure drives revenue, drives volume, drives fees. And if we understand infrastructure, we will be able to harness those fees. And by the way, I told you about crypto infrastructure in a past video. If you haven't watched that, I'll link it at the end of this one. But infrastructure, in my opinion, it's one of the strongest, if not the strongest form of utility. So we're not talking about just a meme. Although memes can survive and have survived with zero utility, that is definitely not the case here. And notice that the first protocol that pops up by the revenue generated is Virtuals. Virtuals is on-chain utility for AI because it allows people to deploy AI agents on-chain. And some of the most popular AI tokens that did very well in this last run were actually deployed on Virtuals. For that reason, I think Virtuals is definitely a good one to have in the portfolio and LP farm it. It consistently has good volume. So let me jump here on PancakeSwap just to show you. Actually, the first one trending here on APR is Virtuals paired with Tibir, which is one of those main AI agents deployed on Virtuals. Over 8,000% APR. You'll see sometimes virtual pools will have these insane incentives with huge farm APRs. Actually, not long ago, a month or so ago, I saw this pool virtual paired with USDC trending with also 4 digits APR. It will tone down. This is something that PancakeSwap does to bring awareness to some pools, make them trend, put some eyeballs into it, and attract liquidity into the pool. You see the liquidity here is really low. I mean, it's $20, but that is why the APR is so high. As liquidity goes into the pool, the APR will drop and the farm APR will drop because they will remove those cake incentives because their end goal is to attract liquidity, on-chain liquidity to deploy into the pool. And once that goal is set, they no longer need to be handing out incentives. Incentives are free money. These farm APRs, it does come with a risk, of course. I mean, these AI agents can be extremely volatile, but if you rely on infrastructure, you are going to be much safer. So for example, virtual paired with ETH or with USDC, you can have really good yields right now, especially look at this pool, very close to triple digits APR. I would say don't farm with a very tight range. If you're just getting started and you want to build a portfolio even around infrastructure, go with somewhat of a wide range on the downside. I would go at the very least with 50% on the downside, if not more. If you want to be on the safer side even, go with 90% on the downside. But of course, this is not financial advice. You do what you want to do with your money. I'm just sharing my ideas. Let me know what you think in the comments. In any case, Virtuals is a very good one, in my opinion. Let me open the app here on their website. So here we go. All of this performed very well in the last run. Game was one of them. Deep liquidity. Rebita is the one that we just saw in the pair. You see deep liquidity, 2.5 million. Luna was, I think, the first AI agent that really blew up. Everyone was buying it. So it did extremely well in the last run. When everything starts to move up, these big ones will be easier to move than new ones. AIXBT, this is also one that you can look out for. It performed very well in the last run. You don't need to try to find the newest one. Find the ones that did perform well. Memo was another example, Vader, and these will actually be the ones that will start to move first. The crypto markets can give us signals, and usually the signals are the things that have survived, and that's why I'm betting on infrastructure. They will move first. They might not reach all-time highs once again, but they can easily do 50x, 100x from here. And another thing is that if you LP farm them right now at the bottom, even with such low volume, you will farm much more tokens right now than when the price will go up. At that point, if you LP farm them, yeah, they will drive a lot of volume and a lot of fees, but you will farm less tokens because the price is higher. All right, so virtuals is definitely one of the main ones in my book. I mean, the incentives pretty much make up for it. Now, another one that fits the AI infrastructure category is Cookie. 84k liquidity, the volume is very low. It's not worth to yield farm unless you are bullish about it. So this is another example that if you start and farm it or buy the token at all-time high, you're gonna have a rough time unless you want to LP farm it with a wide range. Look at this. Right now we're very close to 100%, and this is why I was just telling you that go with very wide ranges on the downside, something at around 90%. It will be safer that way. Cookie is also infrastructure. It's deployed on the BSC chain and also on Base, I believe. Might not be as good as virtuals, but it's still infrastructure. So yeah, that's another option. Now the next one I have here on my list, it's VVV, which is the token for the Venice AI software. So right now they are setting a new all-time high, which is really bullish, especially in this market I just showed you on DeFi Llama. We are bottomed out when it comes to the whole AI agents TVL, but these guys keep growing, setting new all-time highs. And I brought this here on the channel when they launched because I knew Venice software even before they launched the token. So this is not AI agents or anything. Actually, I wouldn't call it infrastructure in the typical sense that they are on-chain crypto AI infrastructure. But if we go here on their website, you'll see a bit more about it. If you never heard about Venice, they are AI software. And I think they were one of the first, at least when I was using it, it's because definitely it was one of the first private and uncensored AI software around. Back on February 2025, I think this is when the token was launched. It was trending and they were airdropping people with the token, but you had to be a Venice Pro subscriber to get access to the airdrop. So it's not one of those airdrops that you just have to use the token or something and you'll get free tokens after a while. It didn't work like that with Venice. The token itself was deployed on Base, and it is tied up with the Venice software. So you see, Venice is the leading platform for private and uncensored AI. VVV is the capital asset of the platform. You can use it to earn yield, access Venice Pro, platform revenues, buy and burn VVV. So although it's not an infrastructure token, it has a connection with this very popular AI software and it drives real utility from people just using the platform. So what you can do, you can buy the token, you can stake it. 100 VVV tokens get you Venice Pro access, and then you can mint DM, which is the second token in the ecosystem, provides $1 worth of Venice credit every day. So you do need credits to use Venice. If you are using AI for whatever reason, this might be something you want to take a look at, not only because of the whole token, but especially because it gives you private and uncensored AI. I've been using it for a while. It's good enough for me. And if we forget all about the token, just for the case that this is private and uncensored, I think it's worthwhile to give it a shot if you're interested or if you do use AI. So look at the potential when we're looking at something that has real utility. The price back then when it launched, we're looking at overall a 90% range, especially on the downside. But in the long run, when there's something with utility, this is what I expect to see. It will not always play out like this. Actually, right now might not be the best point in time to get in. Because of that, we're just setting up a new all-time high. If you want to farm it, the same thing applies. Right now, what I would do, I would open a downside position with the at least 90% downside range. Something like this would be on the safer side. Now, I know that on Solana, there's other AI agent related opportunities. But in this video, I just wanted to share these on the Binance Smart Chain, on Base, especially especially on base. But before wrapping up, let me just point out a couple other more agents that I want to share with you. AIXBT, this one is not going to yield farm anything crazy. It depends on the pool though. For example, this pool, the volume to TVL ratio is very close to 1:1. It will not print anything crazy. It does not have particularly high volume, but it can be definitely one of the first movers, like I told you. Then another that I recently started to yield farm on. Right now I'm still compounding because the price has been going down for many days straight, and this is going to be a more risky one because it's a newer token, but it has an interesting concept behind it. It's a whole game behind it. You can put your agent to play. I did a video about it not long ago, but yeah, the same thing would apply. If you want to LP farm it, I would say go with the particularly high downside range. On the BNB chain, there's still BNBXBT that I want to mention, and Siren. So BNBXBT is basically AIXBT but on the Binance Smart Chain. So you see, this one is a good example because they recently had this last rally, and I think what happens with the Binance Smart Chain is that sometimes you'll see these rallies on specific tokens and they are driven by Binance itself, just to bring awareness to tokens, put some eyeballs into it, drive volume, drive trading activity, you know. So whenever I see these AI agent tokens having a little bit of a rally or just something new popping up, I think Binance is behind it most of the times at least, and we don't need to get to all-time high once again. Right now we are again at the bottom, so something like this, you see 700% going up. Good point in time to get in, I would say, since the market seems to be bottomed out. Another one here on the Binance Smart Chain is Siren. For example, this pool has been running for over 1 year, but only recently they popped up on chain by having this massive rally. A lot of volatility happening, that's usual, but this itself, it's also its own AI agent that can help you with on-chain activity analysis. So it has some utility behind it. Just like BNBXBT and AIXBT or any other agent, it's not infrastructure such as virtuals or cookie DAO, but it's still something that has some utility behind. And if you have a wide enough range, LP farming this, even with such ranges, it is not uncommon to see 4 digits APR daily, over 1000% APR, if not 10,000 or more. So right now we can see there's a lot of liquidity, 10 mil, the volume is 2 mil. The chart is chopping sideways, that's why we don't see as much volume happening, but the liquidity is there. And I can guarantee you that at these points when you see these massive rallies and then people selling the token, this has so much volume that you can earn 5% a day easy. But again, don't be greedy. Set up a wide enough range to capitalize on it. So let's go here on their website. So the idea behind this is that there's like these two personalities of the agent. One is more rational and the other is more creative. You just have to choose which one you want to use, the logic driven or the one which is inspired by innovation. Once you choose, you enter, and then you can start to look up for detailed insights. You just drop a contract address here. Not sure if this is working, but yeah, there's some utility behind it. It has been popping up in volume on the Binance Smart Chain, so it's not a bad option to yield farm right now. You can get easily triple digits APR even with such low volume. So yeah guys, I think AI is a very strong narrative still. These are some of my favorites. I would say there's infrastructure, which is virtuals, cookie DAO, but especially virtuals, and the AI agents, I would treat them as memes. Even if they have some utility behind, I would still treat them as memes. Alright guys, these is the ones I wanted to share with you. Let me know if you have a favorite one yourself that I didn't mention on the video. Let me know your thoughts as well about the ones I did mention. That being said, thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. I'm going to wrap this one up. Take care, keep exploring crypto. I'll see you in the next one.